Good morning. Welcome once again to working, and here we are again, waiting at the ferry terminal, trying to get out to Lummi Island. We have a pour this morning. It is Friday, and typically Fridays on a nice summer day like this are super busy, and so the concrete company didn't want to come out this Friday, but we convinced them to do it. It seems like there's nobody really in line. There's just a few cars, so maybe it's not going to be a crazy busy day. Maybe we'll get both trucks. We need 2 trucks for this pour. We're doing the foundation, the stem walls for the footing that we did in the last episode. Hopefully both of those trucks can get on the same ferry. We can get them off the ferry on the island and pumped out very quickly, and we'll finish up this foundation. We'll have a few more things to do on this foundation, some rat slabs and some, I think there's some sonotubes or some boxes or something that have to be dug out eventually. But this should go smoothly, and we should be out of here pretty quickly. So this might only be like half a day, if everything goes smoothly. We'll see. Well, here's what we have going. Forms for the walls have been completed, and that actually was a lot easier than doing the footing, because once the footing's down, you don't have to worry about those angles and everything. You can just kind of follow what you've already laid out. So this went pretty quickly, and we are ready to go. There's really nothing else for us to do here until we pour. We just had to come a little bit early to make sure we're here for the pump so we can direct them to the site. But yeah, this should go pretty smoothly. It's just about 8 yards, so 2 trucks, because they can only bring 4 yards at a time. And now it's just a matter of what ferry they get on and how smoothly the whole process goes. But like I said, we should be getting off kind of early today, which is nice because it's Friday. Yeah, there's still a few things we have to do. I need to move the sewer sleeve a few inches up. Let's see. Probably can't see any of this. To get this started. I need 2 hands to hold this up. There we go. Okay. That's about it. Now we wait for the pump. It is a lovely day on Lummi Island. I was looking at this road earlier, and there were like 3 wild rabbits, a bunch of these birds. I can't tell what these birds are. They were all just hanging out like it was a Disney movie or something. But I'm hiking down to meet the pump truck. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same driver as we had last time. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, the 2 trucks we need will be on the same 10-10 ferry. We'll see. Here they are. Right on time. Didn't know if they were sending you again, so I decided I'd wait out here, but... Two trucks. Two trucks that will hopefully be on the same ferry, the 10-10. Just gonna keep waiting down here. I've got a nice little shelter. Well, we got one truck and he's early. They must have come on an earlier ferry. Come on the 10-10? I was on the one right behind the pump. Oh, okay. I tried to make it out stand on there, but I didn't see where to go. Alrighty. Alright, well I guess I'm not going to wait for the other truck down here. So it looks like we didn't get them both on one, but one is early, so we should still be in pretty good shape. Okay, and now I think another truck just drove by. I don't know how they made it here. I thought they were going to be on the 10-10. It's only 10-14 right now, or 10-15. And I thought there was just a 9-10, a 9:30, and a 10:10, but maybe the ferry came an extra time or something? I don't know. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I guess I should have waited down here. Hey, the first truck, I don't even know how they're getting on these ferries because they're obviously not on the 10-10 yet, but the one truck is already there, obviously. You can get him up to a good 6, but I saw another one just drive by and he didn't think the other one was on the same ferry as him, so I have no idea what's going on, but...
yeah, we saw it from here too.
Yeah, I don't know what ferry he got on, but I'll wait down here until he comes as well, and then we'll get going.
Well, could we start pouring this one out?
Well, I just need to make sure I tell him where we're going, because he drove by. But you can get him up to a 6 and like prime up, and then I'll be up there.
Okay.
Make sure it's nice, and we don't want to be crazy wet because we have the steps, but it can be a good 6.
Right. Okay.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye.
Oh, where's this other truck? If it doesn't come soon, I'm just gonna have to go up and start pouring. It's funny when you work out here, that guy wasn't a local, he looked like a landscaper, so he didn't wave, but all the locals who live on the island will wave at you if they drive by, or if they're walking on the road and you're driving, they wave. So I'm just constantly like, hey, hey, whenever I see somebody. Friendly. I don't know where this other truck is. I'm gonna have to start pouring. Hopefully they can find their way. other truck went, but I don't know what ferry they were on either, because I thought there was a 9:30 and a 10:10.
So when I got to the dock, there was it was like 9:35 and it was almost full. And then they came back quickly.
So maybe they're just round tripping and not doing.
I was on that one.
Yeah, he was on the one right in front of me. So I mean, I think the timing was just off a little bit on their side, just a little early, which is good. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, we weren't expecting either of you till the 10:10.
Well, I tried to hit him on the radio because I saw him, but I didn't see who it was behind me. I have no idea who was behind me.
Yeah.
Section.
Yeah, probably. I don't know where that other truck went. And I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with the ferry. Maybe they were just like round tripping or something and doing more runs.
I think they were, because Brian said he got all the way down to like the ramp, and then they were like, no, we can't put you on. But they came right back and got it.
Probably start on the lower section.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go here. Is he at a 6?
Looked like it.
Yeah.
Get him out of here quick. That's all Cadman cared about. Looks like there's plasticizer in here. It's got that kind of sheen to it. They put a little in every time, I think, but yeah, probably. Not a good time. Want me to kick it? I better go talk to him. Ooh! Watch that step. I know. Afraid you won't be able to make it in today.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take a picture and let my office know.
I think we have plenty of toilet paper and all that stuff too. Should be fine, I
We'll
think.
be back on the island next Friday.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Have fun backing out all that way.
Oh, yeah.
Septic people. I don't know where that other truck is. Hopefully the other truck finds his way here.
Yeah.
If I get in, I'll try and see if we can tell me who the other driver is. See if I can
Okay.
Okay.
Either Donnie or Bobby.
They seem to send Rich out here a lot for some reason. Yeah.
I wouldn't think it would be Rich.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Rich was here last time.
Yeah.
Unless he's not too bright, but I don't think that's the case. Yeah, Bobby.
Yeah. I have that when I go to Seattle. I gotta have my GPS every time I go to the job. It's like,
I can imagine. I can't believe you guys go that far south. So.
yeah.
You'd think there'd be other angry pump companies down there, like.
There's just so much work down there.
Yeah.
That, there was enough room for us, and that they were the people down there were basically asking us to come down because the pump companies down there were abusing them, and they're not very user friendly down there. You know, it's just like the ready mix companies are.
Yeah.
Every time I drive through Seattle, I see pump trucks, and they're always just rusty buckets of bolts. It's just like there's nothing like the pump truck.
We do way more work down there than we do up here.
But that's mostly from your Skagit yard or Stanwood?
We have, every day when I go home, I look at the phone to see
Looks like
when-
it might need to come in, come out a little bit.
I would hate to do construction down in Seattle. It would drive me insane. Where at? Where on the wall?
Yeah, right.
I might have to get my drill. It's gonna be a hot one today.
Not as good as you're gonna get, otherwise it starts bending in the end there. It looks kind of weird.
Why?
I don't know what.
It's just a 2-foot wall. Yeah, maybe that's a little too much.
Yeah, maybe.
Nope.
So this panel has to, right here has to go that
Kink in it.
doesn't it?
Maybe I can brace it from the other side a little
Better?
bit.
Or not?
What do you say?
What?
Okay. I think that's pretty good.
If they can't get a hold of it,
There should be a little bit of a separation there, you would hope.
I took off the surgery. I had surgery in February, and I was gonna take a bunch of time off. The doctor told me to take like 6 weeks off, and I ended up taking 6 days off because I was getting phone calls when I got home from my surgery.
What kind of surgery was it?
Ankle surgery.
Oh.
I had a torn tendon on my.
So were you in like a walking boot or something?
Yeah.
Well, they made it. I thought I heard a honk down there.
listening for it.
Little Tony? Smooth, baby? You don't know what smooth is. Yeah. It's 11:15. We were supposed to pour, or the first truck was supposed to be on the ferry at 10:10, which means that they probably wouldn't have gotten to the job until about 10:30. So within half an hour about of when we were supposed to start pouring, we have already poured out 2 trucks. The tops of the walls are done, or most of them have been magged. And now Justice is scraping footings and I am putting in bolts. So yeah, I would call that very, very smooth. And for working on the island, I'm pretty happy with that. I guess the cement company is going to be happy too, because they were very adamant that they get done quickly. They hate coming out here, and I don't really blame them. Mud is setting up fast, because it is, I don't know, probably in the high 70s by now. It's supposed to be in the 80s. Come on now. Hitting steel everywhere.
Oh wow, this form cracked in half. Held, but...
Holy crap.
Use that one.
Yeah. I was cutting those low densities because he didn't want me to cut any of the high densities, but that could have been catastrophic.
Is that just down at this part?
I think it might be the whole thing. I don't know exactly. Just a few more bolts and we're done. So we lay out 16 feet, or we don't, the framers do. Their top plate treated wood for the top of the foundations, usually 16 feet long, so you want to put a bolt on either end of the end of that 16-foot board. So that's all I'm doing, is just laying out bolts, making sure they're nominally in the right place, and we are almost done. It's ridiculous. Oh wow, it's getting hard here. 11:30. Not even an hour and a half after when we were, not even when we were supposed to pour. It's about an hour after when we were supposed to pour, and we're already almost done. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that that went smoothly yet because we still have to get on the ferry and escape the island at some point. And you never know what's gonna happen with that. I just wanna beat the pump truck to the ferry line. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, we're not going to because it doesn't look like he dumped his hopper. He's just leaving. All right, so we probably won't make it on the next ferry. He's gonna beat us. I guess he's not dumping his hopper. Mark thought he had way too many bolts, but it looks like he's gonna have just about enough. Here's a shovel that needs washing. And my, or did you get my mag?
Yeah, it's clean, it's over here.
Okay. I'm not in any huge rush. 'Cause like I said, this went smooth. And whenever I get off the island, it'll be earlier than when I thought I was gonna get off the island. Okay, make sure I didn't miss any. I think we're good. The big problem is I might miss the 12:10 if there's a line, which then means that I wouldn't be able to get off until the 1:10. And that's unacceptable.
Face needs to stop sweating.
I know, it got hot. What are you doing in here? Get out of here. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. I don't know if we're gonna catch this ferry. It's 11:36. If there's any kind of line, we're screwed. If not, there is a chance. AC, because it is hot. Hands-free phone device. Okay. Let's go. I've got my drinking apparatus. I need to get to the grocery store, work out, and clean my apartment today. All right, let's see if we're gonna make this ferry. It actually looks like there's an 11:40 that I'm definitely not going to make because it is already 11:40. And then there's a 12 o'clock. So we will see how long the line is. If I don't make the 12, then I'm waiting until 1, and that will annoy me. Come on. Here's where we worked before on the island. I'm trying to move my camera, you probably can't see. We poured the foundation for that. We poured some slabs here. That was one of the earliest videos I think I did on working. High stress on the island, something like that. High heat, high stress. That's when our mud was going off on us. Done a lot out here, actually. Moment of truth. Okay, so the ferry line is not backed up all the way to here. That is a good sign. Sometimes it will be. And as we approach, I I don't think I'm gonna make it on the noon. Shoot. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh, this might still be the 1140. I think there's still cars getting off the 1140. Maybe. Okay, so even if I don't make it on this, then I should get on the noon, which probably means, well, it looks like they're running a little late and they're round tripping, so this is probably supposed to be the 1140. I probably won't make it onto that, but I should make it on whatever it's gonna be, like 12:05, 12:10 if they're running a little late, which probably means that I'm not gonna have to wait here for over an hour while they have their lunch break. Fingers crossed. Okay, yeah, I bet I'm gonna be kind of first in line. There's some bigger cars, it's like an RV and a big van and a couple things, but I think I'll probably be first in line for the next ferry. Ostensibly the 12 o'clock, but I think it's gonna be a little late because it looks like they're running a little late. Justice might make it on this the ferry before me. Let's see. Justice is first in line now. I don't know if he's actually going to get on. They haven't put the barrier down yet. Nope, he's not going to make it. We're in the same boat, buddy. All right, well, we're not going to make it onto this ferry, but we should make it on the next one, and I shouldn't have to wait for an hour while they have their lunch, which means that I will probably have my lunch right now while I'm waiting for that next ferry. So that went insanely smoothly. It went better than I could possibly have hoped it to go. So now I'm just going to relax and wait for that ferry. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out the other videos on working. Subscribe if you haven't already. We have a link to our company down below in the description box. It's Contech Concrete Construction if you are in Whatcom County. We don't, well, sometimes we go to Skagit County, sometimes we go out to the islands, but not a ton. So check us out if you want to do some concrete work. But if you are just finishing a long, hard day of work yourself, have an ice cold or piping hot thermos, ice cold bottle of chocolate milk or piping hot thermos of coffee from me.